just realized this one's going to be a little bit easier because I actually don't have to take this apart. I just got to cut that off. That'll be far enough away from the wall. It's all going to work. Need a hammer tacker. Plastic. Yeah, I missed that store by like 5 minutes. A little bit sooner and I would have had no more problems. Just move everything over here. Now we can work on this. Whoa! Don't wipe out again. Glasses. Let me need that. Let me that. And that. That's it. Another 10. So yeah, I should be far enough away from the wall on that side. That. Oh my God. That way we can pull this plastic back. Hammer tack that in place. It's kind of put up. My shin is not liking me. Cut that out. I do like the pencil, but not me. We even got a magnetic bit this time to make life a little bit easier. Pencil's way more accurate than a marker. That's for sure. Might as well shoot that since it's just ow. Out of nails. Let's get some nails. Okay. Now, should just, I made that perfectly tight. I was hoping it would just fucking slide down. I could just trace it out, but And that splinter in my finger is bothering me now. Alright. That's just gonna make my life special doing it that way. I'll just mark it out how I did the last one. I just wanted to slide it in and mark it out, but it doesn't want to work like that. Good splinter. Alright, so we got 3 inches away. Almost 3 inches on both sides. I guess I should have made sure that the box that was already built was already square, but it's not. I've got 14, so that's 7, 6, 12, 7, 6, 12. Alright. Lines up pretty good. That's what I was trying to do and just trace it out, but I made it too tight. just customizing on this one. Why is there tinfoil in there? Weird. Just random stuff. Always there. They said they had somebody clean the vents, but these vents look like they've never been cleaned. Alright, we don't need the grinder anymore. Nope, we don't. Put that off to the side. I'm gonna clean out the inside of this vent a little bit better. Also try to push the vent back up. And I'll sweep the top of that off. But what's gonna also have to happen is I gotta move this sheet so that I can finish tacking this plastic. Because once I put this in the way, I won't have any room to swing the hammer tacker. There's random screws in the vents, tin foil, whatever else we could find is in there. You know, I might just be lucky and be able to push this sheet all the way back. I think that'll work. Well, it's looking good. To go any farther. Just that would make things so much easier if you just get moved. Holy fuck. Sakes. Need that broom. Put that back a little more. Vent just decided to blow a bunch of stuff in my face the moment I started working on it. Okay. So I have to move that sheet so I could the rest I could get from the top. So same thing. There we go. Just throw the rag onto the hole. Some water. Just because when we put that tape on it, it's not going to stick to a bunch of crap. So we might as well clean it the best we can. Don't even want to know what this is stuck to it, to be honest. It's probably disgusting. Go there. Fill that there. This should be ready to go in. Which I'm going to just kind of that Henny Cat? How you doing, buddy? Did you find anything on your adventures today? Henny Cat, Henny Cat. Oh my God, it's Henny Cat.
Oh hey.
Oh hey. Trim that.
Home and pass the fuck out on my mom's couch.
Well, you're probably tired from all the.
Well, I gotta go back there just now.
What's wrong with her?
She has kidney stones.
Can you pass me
Yeah,
the
pass them.
saw, please, and thank you. The live is on.
Yeah, she has kidney stones.
That's what's causing all that?
Yeah. There's kidney stones.
Crazy. So what are they gonna do? Just blast them with a laser?
Yeah, but she has to go for emergency surgery just now.
What?
She's going for emergency surgery just now. Shush! I know, I'll be home soon.
Crazy.
Yeah, she has to go for emergency surgery, so I'm gonna bring her like a charger. She's gonna be there for a couple days. So I'm gonna bring her a charger, some clothes.
Well, at least you know what it is now. You're not so sweet.
Well, they almost killed her.
Who's they?
Old hospital.
Olds.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's where I brought her, and they had literally 7 student nurses working on her. They just kept giving her hydromorph, which is the most, like, the top of the top. Like, they should have went with fentanyl or Toradol before they went for hydromorph. And they gave her so much of it that she was basically overdosing on it, and her kidneys were failing.
Oh.
Yeah. And then as soon as they took her off of it, the paramedics took her off of it and put her on Toradol, her blood pressure went back up.
Crazy. Let's see if we can teach Chuck. Can you get me that tool? Back up. Yeah. No, to your right. Back up. This way. Come. Come. Get it. Yeah. No. That one. No. Chunks. Where's my tape measure? Get this. Get this. Yeah. Yeah. No. This one. Hey. No. This one. Get it. Yeah. Let me see. Get it. No. Yeah. No. No. Drop it. This one.
Get it, Tom.
Get it. Get this. No. This one. Look. Hey, I'm touching it. This one. Yes. Get this. No. Drop it. This. Yeah. Get that one. Get it. Good boy. Good. No. Get it. Come on. Yeah. Get it. Oh my God. He's so fucking smart. Look at this guy. Come on. The smartest dog ever. Oh my God. Oh, don't fall into the hole.
I don't know.
I'm going to come see you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I really needed that tool.
That's okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna run there and go get her bagels and stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Kidney stones.
Yeah. And it's like an 8x8. It's considered like huge.
Do you know why that's caused?
Well, I feel like it's the fact that she literally lives off fucking coffee.
Well, there's that. That's one
And
thing.
she will not drink water. Like, she refuses to drink water. All she drinks is juice. And
Coffee's a diuretic.
yeah, but she uses, like, so when she goes to get an extra large coffee, she gets 4 sugar, 3 cream. That's a lot.
So
And
what?
She lives off of coffee. She drinks coffee all day.
So kidney stones usually is caused because your kidneys aren't functioning, right?
Yeah.
And you know what's the #1 thing to keep your kidneys moving properly? Salt.
Yeah, well, that's why they're giving her a saline.
Saline,
because it's
yeah.
filled with salt.
I was gonna tell her, but I was like, nah, people are just not gonna listen to me, so no point to even fucking say anything.
But
I would have told her to drink salt water if she was feeling that shitty. Just a couple of pinches in her water, but
Yeah.
again, you say she won't drink water,
she
so
won't. She refuses to drink water. It refuses. It's actually crazy.
I thought the other reason why she's sick from all the hatred in her life.
I know, right? Okay, I need a fucking bag.
You gotta get in there.
Wait, yeah, I might have to. Excuse my hand.
I can do that. Oh my God! Fucking mangled my shin the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, just go that way. So you don't mangle your shin. I went to step over here, my foot got caught on something,
Oh no.
and I fell into the fucking hole.
Oh, so now you fell in the hole.
Look,
Oh my God,
my leg is just swollen.
that looks swollen. Oh my God, that's crazy.
And it was worse yesterday. It was like my leg was like my calf, my thigh. Chunks, go lay down.
He's being an investigator. I got one. I got my handy dandy Cindy Lou Who bag.
And for whatever reason, I don't know who that is.
The Grinch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cindy Lulu's from the Grinch?
Yeah. With Max the dog. Hello. I don't know if I have Max on me, but I don't.
You just love the Grinch.
I love the Grinch. It's April and I'm still wearing the Grinch. Did you see the hailstorm earlier?
Yeah,
It was like hail, snow, hail.
I ended up going, oh shit, I ran out of screws. I'm like, oh, I can go to Innisfil. I went all the way there. I was like fucking 5 minutes late.
Really?
And then I drove right there.
Oh my god.
I was gonna go to
For what kind of screws?
that pack right by your foot.
Oh, self tappers?
Yeah. And
I freaking have self tappers and a big, huge box of drywall screws.
how am I supposed to know that?
I know. I don't
I'm
know
like,
where
I just want to.
I don't know where they are anyway, so.
I want to put this in before I put that strip across because it just makes my life easier.
There's no point, yeah.
And then I was like, in Innisfil.
Well, that strip will like lock it in essentially, right? Kind of?
Well, no, it's just like, okay, I go to nail it all in together, and if I need access from this side, that strip's in the way.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll go to Canadian Tire and Olds. And then that was like 31 minutes away, and right there was 20. I was like, at least I know I'll get what I need in Home
And right
Depot.
there, yeah.
So,
Okay, so I'm gonna go and bring this girl her stuff.
all right,
And I'll be back.
you're gonna go bring the Grinch her stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. She's very grinchy on this day.
Is
She
she?
just had an emerge for the last. We got there at 1 o'clock, and she just got into a room just now.
Just now.
Just now.
So how long were you there for? You were there all day?
All day.
Crazy.
Besides when I went there last night. I didn't go to bed till 2:30. Woke up at 5:30. Couldn't go back to sleep. Then I freaking came here, and I was like, mind you, in that little 2 hours of sleep, I was tossing and turning because they kept coming into the room.
Yeah.
And I was on the fucking floor. And then I came here, did whatever with the kids, went right back to the hospital, sat there for a couple another hours until fucking 12:30. And then we went to Emerge in Red Deer. They did her CT scan, found that out, and then they sat in the hallway. She sat on the stretcher in the hallway until an hour ago.
So you've been there all day, all
day.
last
I
night.
came home and I crashed. I had a bath and I crashed. And I was like, oh fuck, I gotta get back up and go.
Hey, it is what it is, right?
Literally been at the hospital all fucking
So are you gonna be the daughter that's number one in the will? You should be.
I already am.
Oh, good.
My sister's not gonna get that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the house is mine, the cars are mine, everything is mine, and my kids.
Well, not saying that like that's a good thing,
Mind you,
but
I fucking do everything for her.
I would.
So,
I've noticed that. So
yeah. Yeah.
that's the only reason why I ask, right?
Yeah, my sister's like, oh, are you? She's like, I wish I was there to help you.
Then
Like,
just
me fucking too. Like, I just want to
just
go
come.
to sleep.
just come.
Like, because I have to work. Well, I took the day off of work, so
Yeah.
like I can't just leave her. And she doesn't. She can't. Under her concussion from the car accident,
Yeah.
she can't tell when she needs to pee.
What?
Yeah.
How is that a fucking thing?
It's because of her concussion. It doesn't signal to her head that she needs to pee, so I have to get her to pen because sometimes she'll pee herself.
Ah.
So I have to constantly bring her to the fucking, and I'm like, she's in pain. Why don't you throw a catheter in her so she can pee in a bag? I'm like, so she's not getting up and down, up and down. But they freaking wouldn't listen to me. So now I have to go back there and make sure. That's why I was there all the time, because like she can't, like they're not gonna acknowledge the fact that she can't remember to pee. Like I have to bring her to and force her to pee because she doesn't, like it doesn't signal from her head. There's a glitch there that doesn't signal I have to pee, so she'll just not pee. I got home yesterday at 8 o'clock at night. She didn't pee all day. Yeah, so I have to like.
I wonder if that.
She needs to fucking pee.
So now the signal goes to your head and not hers.
Literally.
So I wonder if the kidney stones are caused from that.
It could be.
Because she's not peeing and it's
My
crystallizing.
friend to Drumheller, so she drives all the way to Black Falls, all the way to Drumheller, all the way to Black Falls, and then doesn't pee on it. And I'm like, dude, like you need to remember to fucking pee. Like it's simple. Okay, I can't remember to pee, so I'm just gonna automatically make sure that I go pee. How fucking hard is it? But apparently it is when you have fucking stage 4 concussion.
Well, I guess you don't think about stuff like, oh, I only peed none today. I'm gonna go try to pee.
But I'm gonna drink all this coffee and build it all up and let it crystallize in my fucking bladder and my kidneys.
Yeah.
Like, it's just insane. It's just insane. And find you. She's like, don't leave me. I'm like, I have kids at home. Like, I literally have kids. I have dogs. I have your dogs to deal with. Like, I gotta go home.
I let your dogs out twice today.
Thank you. I'll feed them when I get home. But, like, I have to also now deal with her animals. And I don't know how long she's gonna be in the hospital for.
Huh.
Right? I better get a fucking raise. That's all I'm saying.
You know though, all this shit, like, I think about it for myself too, is like when you're dealing with so much shit constantly, it just builds you stronger, really. Like,
right? Literally.
You're a good human being, I can tell you that.
I try to be sometimes.
I don't think you try, you are. Like,
I feel like I don't have a fucking choice, actually.
no, I don't think it's that you don't have a choice, it's that you like seeing everyone feel good, be happy, and sometimes that's your sacrifice in a sense.
Right?
Yeah.
It's true. It's factual. I fucking actually cried about it today.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be back. I have to go deal with this girl.
All right. Ugh. Oh, that's interesting. Her mother was, oh my god, my shin is so swollen, it hurts just to like move. Her mother has had a bacterial infection, and they didn't know what it was until they found out that it was kidney stones today. But she's been sleeping on the hospital floor and everything else since the other night, and they just got her into a room an hour ago. So you gotta laugh, in a sense, at the fact that our system shouldn't be broken in Canada. Like, I can tell you that it's not. It's just mismanaged, really. Mismanaged by the managers we hire. Of course, this box, whoever created this friggin' box, it's not 4 inches on one. It's 4 inches on one end, and 4 1/4 on the other. So my cut is a little off. Will I still be able to get it in though? No, it looks like that's gonna be the headache. I might be able to bend this over. This has to come back this way. Yeah. Ow. Let's just bend this way. And that way. That way. Anyway, there we go. How often does it fit so perfect, even though it's messed up, that you could literally just get it down to fold that over and fold that over. Come on. Fold that over. Fold that over. Oh, fold that. And fold. I don't like how that turned out, but that's the way it's gonna be. I should have actually cut that little 1/4 inch off, but I ended up bending it over. Right, Henny Cat? What are you doing in there? Get out of there. What happens when I close the floor? Then you happen to be in there. Don't go blaming me after. Oh, Jack sealed me into the floor. It wasn't me, it was the cat's fault. Alright, now we got the screws we need. Drove 30 minutes for these fucking screws. And a new magnetic bit. $15 for something that used to be like $8. Welcome to Canada. Throw that into the pile. Let's see how magnetic this is, because apparently the other one I have is magnetic too, but is it going to hold the screw while I try? Put 2 extensions. Look at that. Can you go lay down? Thank you for the tool. Thank you for the tool, super smart animal. The most gorgeous animal alive. I know by saying that I'm calling you over, but okay, I think I'm going to return this bit because where's the magnetic feature there? For $15, where's the magnetic feature? That's why I spent $15 so that wouldn't fall off. Man, you get nothing good anymore nowadays. This is crazy. Went all the way there to get screws. For what? Now I can't screw them in? Fuck you. You piece of... This thing's going back for sure, 100%. I already lost a bunch of screws, just silly. Silly, let's live in rip-off world. Look at that. How is that magnetic? If the screw falls out of the actual bit, how is that magnetic? It's not falling now. But it sure as hell isn't, like it even says on the package, magnetic. Look at that. Literally have to catch the rim. That's like so stupid. You guys get to witness my outbursts of craziness when it comes to getting ripped off. Look, the screws just fall off of this thing. It's better than the last one I had, I can tell you that, but that's not what I bought it for. I bought it for it to be magnetic. I just want to throw, it's not the drill's fault, it's the non-magnetic screw's fault. I'm screwing all this in because I have to actually pull this thing up. So I can nail everything where it needs to go. You guys gotta pee? You all have to pee. All of a sudden, everyone's got to pee. Well, I got all this shit in the way. Hang on a second. Just let me nail this in so I can move all this stuff. You can hear these dogs crying. You hear me talking about them. Just hang on. One second. If I don't do this, they're going to end up falling into the hole, doing all kinds of silliness. Alright, another vent is down. Now I don't need half of this stuff here, so we can move. Just 1 second, I'll let you out to pee in 2 seconds. Chunks, cool it down. I'm not talking to you. You already got to go out. If I don't move all this stuff, these dogs are just going to come crashing through everything. At least these vents are done. One less thing to have to think about. All these dogs gotta pee. Chunks, go lay down! 5 times now. I keep telling you stuff and you keep just like, oh well, I'll do what I want when I want. So I gotta yell at you sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. Alright. Take these pads off for a minute. I'm gonna friggin' ankle it. My calf is so swollen right now. Move that stuff over. Chunks, come in here. I'm yelling at him no because I don't want him to fall into this thing. He's just going to go right through the floor. That's the problem with Felipe. It's crazy, these dogs. Look, Henny Cat's covered in insulation. We got that thing done. I got that one done over there earlier today. Hey, Henny Cat, get out of there. He's trying to get into the hole. Get! Hey! Get out of there. Get out of there. I don't know why you must be in the holes. Leave it alone. Look, you must persist. Henny, get the fuck out of the hole. Go. You're the least headache, but when you're doing stuff like that, you become the biggest headache. Oh, you're buttering me up now, eh? Look at you, you're covered in insulation. That's not good. Right, Henny Cat? Look at this from the other day, ladies and gentlemen. Normal. Not so normal. It's swollen all here. Oh. We have those knee pads on, they're right here. And everything's swollen from there. Look at the side view. It's just like bubble. I literally raked my shin down a joist because my foot got caught on something when I was walking, and I did one of these, and then this foot dropped and my whole weight went down the joist. Yeah, it's not fun. Not fun at all. All right, let's see what we got here for comments. Oh, we got a few here. Barbara says hi. Gunther Brooks. Up to code? What code? Where we're going, we don't know. Building codes. Well, there's definitely no building codes in a 1970s trailer that needed to be redone because of mold issues. I had to cut out all the mold. There's no code, it's just fix it. Fix it, you know, when the outside is coming in, right? Just fix it. What else do we got here? LTD9. What are we doing here? 0 likes, everyone. LTD9. We got Shavers Shambari says hi, 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 hi. Sonny. There's Handycat again. What in the meth? Holy, what do we got? Talkie Slicks, holy what the shit show. Putting in a subfloor. VR Construction, are you from Canada? Yes, I am. And yeah, we're repairing the floor that's rotted, right? Like, I don't know if I can show it. Basically, you're coming in at the end where we've already fixed a lot of it, but you can see water damage there. All that stuff underneath that is water damage, but they're like, just put my house back together. We're fine with living with whatever else is damaged. So, yeah, we're going to put the house back together. But there's literally water damage all down this wall. Like, if I pull this sheet back slightly, you could see that that's still water seeping in. Look at this. My foot just went through that. That's what we're fixing. That's what we've already fixed. We fixed all the way over there. We've basically fixed all these sheets all the way through. This is about 40 feet of sheets. So we got 8, 16. So sorry, it's like 30 feet of sheets across from here to there. That's 30 feet from that back wall to this point on the floor. I'm watching where I walk so I don't fall through anything. So our next project is ripping out this wall all the way to here. Realistically, we should go into the next bedroom and then we're good. I don't want to land a sheet on one joist all the way across. That's not good. I told them that, but they don't care. They just want it done. So we're getting it done to the best of our ability. And the dogs crazily want in, so I'm going to let those guys in. Watch this shit show. Who is it? Candle! Oh, come on! Candle! I'll be right back. Hey! Don't even try to start shit with him, alright? He will fucking kill you. And I don't want that. You guys want food? You're hungry? Here. Sleep in your cage. There you go, Stan. Here, come here. Come. Jump. Good boy. So, can you go lay down? I know you hate laying down. Okay, so we got the last little bit here. Oh, we got some more comments. Let's see what we got here. Holy smokes. 92 Oliver. VR construction. Is it always cold where you are in Canada? Not necessarily. It's usually not cold at all. 92 Oliver. Hi from Quebec. VR. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee. Well, Henny Cat, don't even go in there. I was showing them that that's another part of the floor that's rotten and needs to be fixed. Alberta, Canada. All the way out in Olds, Alberta. And Alberta is technically like Texas in Canada. And personally, I think I would like to be in Texas because it doesn't sound like it's as crazy as it is here politically. What are you doing, Henny Cat? What do you see? What do you need in there? I don't think you need anything in there. What are you trying to get at? You're just being insane. Okay, so I'm going to finish that piece of metal there. And I'm going to need my drill, screws, snips, and tape. So we moved the vent out of the doorway, and we're almost done. Almost done. Almost done. Okay, what else did I need? Screws, tape, snips. I think that's it. I don't need anything else over there. And then once we throw, look at how strong that is. I could stand on it. Once we throw this strip in, we can throw this sheet down and this sheet down, hopefully getting the cat out of there before we throw that sheet down, since he loves to throw the sheet. He loves to mess around in that area. Let's move all that insulation back. Because this stuff is going to settle over time anyways, right? So if it settles nice and evenly, you get a nice R value out of it. That's why what I like about this stuff is at like I think 8 inches, it's like an R value of 20, and it's basically attic insulation, really. So we just threw all that in today. I didn't film it. There's lots of other ones that I did film that's like that. Now let's get this sealed up on this side, taped off. And I was looking for these knee pads. So I gotta save that packaging because I'm taking that bit back. There's no way I'm keeping it. What's the point of keeping it if it's not magnetic? And that's what I wanted. Was a magnetic bit. So I'm just gonna cut this end off here. I actually used to frame houses in Chicago a while back, thinking I was gonna. That was a great opportunity. Perfect. Just make sure it's over that nicely. You know, I never did check to see if the tip of this one was magnetic. It says it is. Yeah, how's that magnetic? If as soon as I turn the bit around, it falls off. How is that magnetic? I don't like how this thing's taking a shape like that, so I'm putting that screw so I can pull it up and hopefully screw the next few a little bit more straighter. So I put that screw in there so I can basically pull the whole thing up. It's not working like how I want it to. I think the only way to make that work the way I want it to is to loosen I like how, because it's in aluminum, it doesn't want to come out now. Supposed to be magnetic, but it's not. There. It's holding it slightly. Fuck's sakes, I swear. Holding it up a little bit better now. Before it was taking shape of the dip. I know it's a small detail, but now I know why they don't use aluminum vents. Just want something to grab onto. Okay. Now I can grab onto it. It's like it's magnetic until I try to use it. Don't need that no more. Literally right on the package. Right there. Look. It's highlighted. It's highlighted. Look at this. It's fucking highlighted. Magnetic, but it's not magnetic. Whew! Woosa! Fabregas. From Nashville. VR. Snow. Show us around your workplace. Show us around your workplace. Okay. I read that wrong. I'm just stressed out. Life is stressing me out. Love your work, man. Thank you. Thank you for noticing that I try to put quality in whatever I do. And yeah, it's a lot of work. But the floor is solid. You're not falling through it anymore. If you're doing construction, that means you're going to stay. Stay where? 92 Oliver. Where are we staying? Are you saying I'm going to stay on the channel? I had to throw that bit because I still need it. Do I need it? I don't know. I'm definitely not keeping this hunk of shit for the fucking $15 I spent, and it doesn't. It's not any more magnetic than this one. I think actually this one's probably more magnetic. Let's try that again. I've never spent more time on knee pads in my life than I have on this job. I needed them for this job. Like, there's nowhere to kneel. Right? Half the time you're working, I got to kneel on a joist. And I've had these knee pads for a while. I lent them to somebody else and they made them look like they were worked in. I told them to keep them clean, but you know, the way it is, you lend your tools to other people, they don't care for them the same way you do. They only care that they have your tools. And they didn't have to buy their own. Okay, let's prop that up. Let's see if this magnetic, non-magnetic bit works better. Be nice if Jack's gonna go crazy. Gotta unscrew that a little more so I can get more tooth on that. Let's see if we can do that. That'll work. That'll work a little bit better. Oh, that came undone. Oh my god. That came undone good. Let's put this over here down. No, no, stay there. At least they got that one in. Let's do the next one. Just because this aluminum venting. So brittle. Ah, the screw came out of the vents now. Yes, 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 yes. I love it. I love it. I fucking love it. I love it, I love it. This is how I'll get this screw out. Amazing, just a little bit of pressure in what it does. Okay. I'm going to throw a screw on this side. Beside the joist. Oh yeah. You know, it wouldn't be Flex's fault if I threw the drill. Look, as soon as I get close to the metal, it literally drops. You bastard! Oh my god. This metal is so soft. Aluminum vents. Why did they use aluminum back in the day? Cheaper? Okay, Jack, you don't have to go crazy. It's not a big deal. It's just a vent. Oh, wow. Oh, good enough. Good enough. I'm not gonna lose it. Just gonna keep pulling the vent up. Okay, fuck it. I don't care that it's rounded. Fuck you, man. Now it's not so bent in. Good enough. Now I'll throw some tape on it, seal it up a little bit better. Do we need to throw tape? Probably not. But we like to go the extra mile here. You think I've never opened tape like this before if you're watching. Almost like I knew what I was doing. Almost. Aluminum tape for an aluminum vent. That's why we washed the vent before we installed it. This way, this tape will stick forever. We even covered up that hole there. I know what you guys are thinking. Is he going to put ones down the sides? Of course. Why wouldn't I? This is just the right way to do it. Other guys wouldn't do it. They're just like, throw it in, who cares, done. But my motto when I work is that if I build it, I have to build it like it's my own friggin' house. Even though I would have ripped this place down and just started from scratch. Oh, there's a wrinkle, can't have that. Yeah. This way, by putting the tape on, it's like this hole never existed. There's no leakage, everything's coming out. Look at that. Like I knew what I was doing, eh? Almost. There's also a little tiny hole. We'll take this one out. I can literally split this into 2 pieces to fill each hole. How many people would do that? Yeah, it's just a pinhole. 1 less hole. Sure, it takes a little bit more time. But for how much these guys who actually do heating and air, I don't know what they're complaining about. Making like, I know a plumber who's like 100 and oh, I thought I didn't put tape on there, but it's just the seam showing where the metal was. I know a plumber who's a heating and a air conditioning guy and a plumbing guy, and he charges $120 an hour. Right? All you gotta do is do it right. He wouldn't do this. I know it. I've seen it. I don't even charge that. That's crazy. That's crazy that somebody would rake someone over the coals for that kind of money. Like, yeah, you went to school and all this stuff, but ugh, my shin is so freaking sore. My whole foot hurts. My whole leg. Rake someone over the coals for, like, I'd love to make $120 an hour, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't charge somebody that for doing this. Like, that's just insane. I think somebody who's framing houses should make that. But they don't want to pay us that kind of cash. All right, I'm gonna throw some tape on this guy. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. Throw 2 more screws in. Right on the edge. The stuff's only collapsed because the dogs were jumping on it. Crazy little bastards that they are. Friggin' knee pads galore here. You might as well rip 2. You know what? I might as well do 2 of these too. That's the efficient way to do it. Just measure, cut. If you guys stay dedicated long enough watching this channel, you might learn a couple things. Maybe some people already know how to do everything, you know? But like, I don't just frame, I don't just do plumbing, I pretty much do everything except for electrical. But I might even get an electrical ticket just for shits and giggles to say that I have it. But I honestly don't know how much longer I want to be in this industry, because it's been taken over by a lot of shitty contractors and a lot of guys who go in there, they price the job high, do a shit job, don't even go to the extent of like half the shit I'm doing here. A lot of guys would have just said, they probably would have charged somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000 to fix this place. You know, with the crazy overhead that they think that they should be making, and but I have a little more of a conscience, right? Like, you just gotta basically not give the man as much money. Oh, so I might get in trouble for saying that, though. Just being honest. Why? Anyone ever think of why everybody pays taxes? It's kind of crazy when you think about it. What's the point? If that ain't some mafia shit, I don't know what is. I don't see the tax man around here helping me. Why did they get a piece? Not saying that I don't pay taxes. I'm just saying. If they're rich and wealthy, use all kinds of loopholes to avoid paying taxes, and they're the ones who have the most money. Why do they chase after the little guy? Because the little guy spends too much time working. And because he spends all that time working, he doesn't have as much time to fight and do things a certain way. Just some thoughts, my opinion, you know. A little bit. There's a little hole that ended up from the Sawzall when I was cutting that vent out. Right here, a little hole there. Not anymore. What hole? There is no hole. Okay, and I think I was... Oh, the screws are all the way over there. I was going to throw... Do I need to throw one here? No. I don't really need to. That's good enough. Fuck it. Sometimes you just gotta say fuck it, right? Alright, the vents are moved. They're not in the middle of the doorway anymore. For whatever reason that was done, I don't know. I wasn't hanging out with stupid when they decided to do this, because these are original walls. So it makes no sense that they would put friggin' door vents. I guess that's what we called them back then, door vents, but they should have never been. As soon as the first time I came into this house, I walked right over them. I'm like, why would they put the door vent right there? It makes no sense. Right? Like, you could have put it here. No matter what, it could have been there the whole time. That one, I get it. There was a closet, so they put it over there. But putting them all in door vents doesn't make any sense. Thank God I can take this freaking knee pads off. Been on my knees for too long on this job. Look at what we can do now, ladies and gentlemen. We can throw in this sheet right here. I just moved that sheet there because I needed something to kneel on to do these vents. Let's see what we got here. We got some more comments. Oh, we got a few. If you're doing construction, that means you're going to stay. What are you doing? Me 8. Corgio. Jay Kennedy says, is this a concrete foundation? Nope. No, this is blown in insulation, not concrete. This is to stop the pipes from bursting, so I don't know if we could see. Oh, look, right there. You see that? You see that right there? That used to be the original copper line. But they basically had no insulation in the floor, and they were like, I don't know why the copper blew. This is the first time in like probably 40 to 60 years this floor has had any insulation. If you can look underneath there, which I can't really show you, the insulation was like that thick. I don't know why it blew. Sure it's got walls around the trailer, and the ground usually stays warm. But in minus 30 and 40, that's not going to do shit on something like this. So what we did was we put plastic pan. We did a plastic pan that went down, under, over, and up. That's why you saw me stapling that plastic. That's to, number one, hold this insulation in place because there's a bunch of holes in the floor here. Number two, it's also supposed to get the heat to radiate back up. So like when the floor gets warm, it'll stay in the floor longer and not seep out. That's the other reason why we did this the way we did. But it was also kind of a waste of time, because if we're not taking down this wall and continuing the pan, because the whole talk was we're going to go redo the kitchen and everything else, but a shit ton of things happened with this poor family, and now they just don't have the time or the ability to make this happen any much longer. So we're just going to do this half of the house back, and then we're done. But right now we're going to be installing the strip here. We have it already cut. It's right here on the floor. This guy is going to go on the other side of that blue pipe. Let's see what else we got for comments here. We got Jay Kennedy. Is that concrete Jay Kennedy with a wood floor? Concrete with a wood floor? No. Angus! Huh? Angus! I've got those knee pads. Angus. They work real good. And they last years. Yeah. I like I said, I've used those knee pads maybe 2 other jobs years ago. I lent them out. They came back covered in concrete and everything else. And they came in handy on this job because there's nowhere to put your knees on. So I'm trying to find a good spot so you guys can kind of watch what's going on here. Let me realistically, the best spot is going to be on this side of the wall, because this way you guys can actually see everything that's going on. So I'll put you there. We're going to move all the crap out of the way. Blocks of wood. That paper just fell into the floor. This can go over. Now that hopefully that glue stuff. Been sitting in the vent all day. Will it work the way it's supposed to? It's not that warm. Let's see. I want to glue this. It's working half decent. I should just fall right in. All perfect like. And obviously we're gonna staple it down and throw that in the vent. And just make sure that stapler is plugged in. solid. That's glued down. Now the sheet I need is right behind all this stuff. I'm gonna have to glue. I'm gonna have to glue in this toilet pipe right here. I'm gonna clean that out before throwing the glue down there. Let's see the comments. We got some more comments. They work really good. Last a year. I'm remodeling my neighbor's whole house. The whole floor was 2x4 construction for flooring. Okay, well maybe he means the top was 2x4. I don't know. I don't know if he meant like the joists were 2x4 or the top that was on top of the floor. It was probably 1x4. That's what I'm gonna guess. 1x4. The joists were 2x4. Look, I'm laughing. I can't believe it was 2x4. What? How big was the house? 8 feet by 8 feet? Because that would be the only time you could probably use 2x4 and be somewhat strong. Okay, and the foundation blocks were bricks with concrete poured in forms around them down to bare soil. Oh my God, that sounds terrible. And the whole perimeter was brick. That's where concrete poured on top around the little form boards. 44 feet by 30 feet 2x4 floor. I honestly really have a hard time believing that, but you know, I've seen some stupid shit. And that sounds about right when it comes to stupid shit. For that to be even like somebody, it might have been built in the friggin' 1900s when they were just like, we're only gonna live here for 20 years, it doesn't matter. 2x4 is all we got. They never even invented 2x6 by that time. Who knows? Maybe that's what that problem was. But that's crazy. 2x4 floors? I don't know. Sounds a little special to me. So, okay, next step. We've got the glue cooking in the vent. Look at that. That's the glue cooking in the brand new vents we put in. Right? We moved the vent that was in the middle of the doorway over to not as much of the middle of the doorway. Really, I wanted to put it on this side, but we got this pipe here. And it would be probably right in front of the vanity if I put it on this side. This one got moved. Now we got the toilet flange, the dryer vent, the laundry hookup. I'm using PVC for the bottom side and then metal at the top side. A lot of people will be like, why are you using PVC for vents? Well, for one, it's under the trailer. It's going to be more durable. Like, look at this. Right? It doesn't move much. If that was metal, it would like crinkle and stuff. I can't put a metal vent in there solid like I can a PVC one. So that's why we did that. Let's see, Angus says, yep, so I ripped all that out and then I raised the walls on the outside perimeter and put the beam along with 2x2. I don't know if that's posts, to distribute the concrete footings with six posts. Maybe he meant 6x6 posts. Technically, my grandparents built the house in 1970, He was 68 years old, and he did it himself. Oh, well. Don't mean to laugh at your grandpa, but hey, I guess 2x4s were cheaper. But you know what? It was probably the old 2x4s too, where they actually 2 inches by 4 inches, so they were way stronger than these supposed 2x4s nowadays, because they're usually 1.5 inches wide, still called 2x4. You know, it's funny that our society allows such blasphemy to exist. Like, for instance, you go to the grocery store, the price in the store is $3.99. You get to the till and they're throwing an extra 10-20 cents on top of that, and you're getting ripped off. Oh, you gotta pay us. Pay us. Same thing like buying wood. Instead of it being 2 inches by 4 inches, it's 1.5 by 3.5. So you lost 1/2 inch all the way around, and they still call it 2x4. Crazy. Let's see what else he's got to say. Angus. Dunnage materials. I don't know what he means by that. Maybe he used it as dunnage materials? Or his grandfather built the house out of dunnage materials. One of the two. 2 feet by 2 feet to undisturbed soil footings. Okay, well, that's okay. You probably would have been better off with some screw piles. Those things are the new rage, and I kind of am just getting onto them, but I usually do what he's doing here. Yes, they actually were milled 2x4. So to be honest, those milled 2x4s back in the day were probably made out of fur or something. So it wasn't so bad. Okay, so when you told me 2x4s, I'm thinking modern day 2x4s. I'm thinking the shitty stuff that like, if I stood on it, it would break. If you used it as a floor, it's not good. But back in those days, that extra 1/2 inch on the bottom and the top, side to side, made that much stronger than what we have today. So, yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to see pictures of that. That would have been interesting. Oh, he also used cedar beams on the bottom of them and spaced. Wait, on the bottom. Man, my eyes are bothering me today. They always bother me when I'm looking at LED lights. Get away from those LED lights. They ain't good for you, I'll tell you that. He also used cedar beams on the bottom of them, and the spaces for the blocks were 6 feet distance, so it held up. Well, that's not so bad. 6 feet, yeah, and then cedar beams. I guess it depends on the span. So let's say you had a 2x4 that was spanned by, like, I don't know, 14 feet in lengthways, going like these joists. These joists are actually from here to there. They are 16 feet, but you see they have a steel beam right underneath these blocks and a steel beam right under those blocks. So realistically, the floor is being supported with the steel beam that goes all the way to the other end of the house, and that leaves you about 6 feet from here to there. That's actually 6 or 5 feet, don't quote me on this, that actually is sitting on steel beam. And then you have a cantilever overhang about 3 feet. So 3, that's 6, 3, 6, and then you got joists on that side. So it's pretty strong, and it's 2x6. I kind of laughed at it, but it's actually not too bad. It's pretty solid, and it is 16 inch on center. But like, as you can see, we've obviously added more. Like, I added this, I added this, I added this, I added this double beam, and there's another one underneath us somewhere here. Yeah, there's one. Actually, I can actually move this sheet because this is gonna have to be moved anyways. Let me move this sheet so I can show you. All right. This sheet doesn't need to be here anyways. The sheet's kind of gotta go here anyways. So before, the whole reason why we even started on this job was because this area was overspanned. So we had a joist here and another joist over here somewhere on this side. So in between there was, I think, 23 inches. Way too big of a span for 2x6. Not to mention, the washing machine sat here and the dryer sat here. Right now, the washing machine and dryer are going to be stacked on top of each other right here. And they'll have a little space to kind of have a table and stuff. So what happened was the floor got soaked because there was a leaky pipe here and in this closet, which the shut-off valve was in this closet for the washing machine, which just leaked forever. There was one shut-off valve over there under the hot water tank. I had to have it on a pedestal. And so when the floor warped, the toilet sank, the toilet cracked that ABS underneath the floor, and a bunch of shit went wrong. Then we found this whole wall is rotten right out. And behind this drywall, there's a rotten spot here, another rotten spot there, and another rotten spot there. So we went from just doing the bathroom to fixing a shit ton of stuff. And now this is where we're at. We did all new plumbing. We used PEX. Personally, I hate PEX. I think PEX is crap. I wouldn't put it in my own house. But they use it because it's faster. It's cheaper, right? If you want to know why you get microplastics in you and you're drinking out of PEX pipes, that's probably why. My own house has copper, and I can tell every time I go to somebody's house and like, they got PEX in these lines. I drink a little bit of their water and I'm like, puh, gross. I can taste the like weirdness of PEX in the water. So because copper's crazy expensive, that's the only reason why it's in here right now. I already had the tools to install it. You know, sure, it's nice to have red and blue lines. You know where's cold, what's hot. It's nice to just crimp them instead of doing sweat joints. But, I gotta sit down. My body's hurting. It's nice to do sweat joints, but, you know, PEX, you just cut it with a fucking pair of plastic snips. All right, let's see what we got going on here with Angus. Angus is in the chats. He's speaking in the chats. Angus. Let's see what else he's got going on here. So we're kind of following his story. 6x6 distance. Okay. So let's say you have 2x4x14. There should be at least 3 supports under that floor. 3 beams. One at like 4 feet, another one at 4 feet, and another one at 4 feet would make that floor pretty sturdy. I don't know what his dad did, but, you know, that's how I would have done it if I only had 2x4 to work with as flooring. Okay, let's see what else you got. That's 2x4 distance. Okay, Angus says they won't work in Arizona. Rock and some dirt is rock. Oh, you're talking about the screw piles. They won't work in Arizona. Rock and some dirt is it's granite deposits, granite like slate. I don't know. Never been in Arizona, but I'll take your word for it, Angus. Angus says, yep. Angus says exothermal expansion of the polyurethane in their drinking water. Oh, are you talking about the PEX? I guess he's talking about PEX. You're drunk. What the hell? What happened to the... Oh, you're drunk. Go home. Dude, I've been actually sleeping on the job site for the last, like, week. Trying to get to a normal space. I've actually been sleeping on the floor where this table is. Because I'm actually doing all this work for a friend of mine. And trust me, I think I need to be drunk to continue working here. Oh my god. That was a face wipe of stress. There's no drunk here at all. I stopped drinking when I was like 28 years old. I'm 29 now. Let me have a drink. Speaking of drinks, how many people that drink, like you say I'm drunk, drink this? That wasn't vodka. That was water. Angus, I'm 45. Started construction full time at 14 years old. That was around the same age. I was like 12 when I started. I started framing with my stepfather in Ontario at a resort called Blue Mountain. And I can tell you I learned what not to do by working with him. He was an old Italian guy, stepfather of mine. And yeah, if you've seen the other stories a couple days ago on the lives where I was teaching people how to square things using a 3-4-5 method, I learned how to square things because he didn't know how to square things. He used a 2-foot square to square a house. I'm like, that's not how it should be done. There's got to be a better way. If your house is 2 feet by 2 feet, then it's okay. But if your house is 30 feet, you can't use a 2-foot square because you need to be able to be exact on those first floor walls. Once you're like, it drives me crazy that people don't get the simple concept of a square box. If a square box is square at the bottom, it should be square at the top. It should be square all the way around. Shouldn't be that hard. Now I could imagine if there was some round front walls, then you might have some problems making those all line up properly, but a square box should be simple as simple can be. A couple of measurements, you can figure it out. All right, let's see what Angus has got to say here. Is started full-time at 14. Yeah, my dad framed houses. He was an architectural engineer through he had parents, and I like how when I'm reading it and then somebody adds a comment and then the thing moves up and I lose where I was reading. He was the master degree. Okay, so he had parents and was the patents, and he had a master degree. First, he was a Vietnam SEAL in 1965 to 1968. Man, that must have been a horrifying part of his life. 3, 4, 5 Pythagorean theorems. Yes, you're right. You know what the easy thing about 3, 4, 5? I don't know if you know this. But if you just take that 3, 4, 5 and keep doubling it, you get a bigger square. Just so you know. So if you go 6, 8, 10, and then you go 12, 16, 20, you just keep getting a bigger square, and it's just the simplest way to square something off if you don't have a calculator or whatever you may use to square things. That's crazy. Your dad was a SEAL. Man, that was a war that no one needed to be in. To be honest, every war is a war that no one needed to be in. They use, and I think it's the same thing going on today. They're going around saying, "Oh, we got to go over there because they might attack us," or some shit like that. That's like going to your next door neighbor, beating the crap out of him in case he did some shit later. Like, how is that even legal? Angus, I don't know what you're saying yep to. Are you talking about the Pythagorean theory, or are you talking about the wars that should have never been fought? Curious what you have to say about that, my friend. I still got Dad's hammer. Deluge? No way. Only smart people have a deluge. Where the fuck is mine? Oh, it's in the pouch. Now. Let me introduce the battle axe. Look at that. That's almost as big as my arm. This is my deluge, baby! Mind you, the magnet fell out where you used to stick the nail here. It would set nails for you. Great hammer. The best hammer I've ever had in my life. I had one before this one, but it was used in a crime. Somebody broke into our job site and took my hammer and used it to do some bad stuff. And so the cops confiscated it, so I had to buy this one, which I've had for a while. I put tennis racket grip on it. It's been there for about 2 years. My pouch is hanging up. I usually always wear a pouch, but in here, it's kind of hard when you're doing so many different things. Let me show you here. It's a newer pouch. It's a DeWalt with a task belt on it. Sorry, live, for whatever reason, does that. It will kick me out if I flip the camera back and forth too much. So we got Deluge. All right, let's see what else Angus has got, what he's saying here. I still got Dad's Deluge. That's probably about 100 years old. Man, that's crazy. I didn't even know Deluge was around that long. This one's titanium. Oh, you can see it right there. Titanium. Just the other day, I had to put these screws in it because these cleats kept pushing out. I already have a spare handle for this, but I'm not going to change it until it breaks. And to be honest, the wood handle is the best handle you'll ever get. Don't go buying those hammers with the anti-vibe bullshit. People are like, wood hammers aren't strong for pulling nails. Number one, you shouldn't have to pull nails if you know how to build stuff. Number two, if you are pulling nails, you don't put the hammer and then pry forward to pull the nail out. You turn it to the side and you pry downwards. It takes the stress out off the handle. You just hook. So let's say your wood is lengthwise like this, and the nail's there. Instead of pulling there, just turn the handle and pull downwards. It takes all the stress and puts it in between the two teeth, and on this part of the on the handle, and not here, but here. You won't break your handle if you do it properly. Now I get it. There's some places where you need to do that, but the least amount of times you do it, the less you will have to do. The less stress you'll be putting on your handle. Oh, it's great for scratching your back if you got nobody to do it for you. All right, so let's see what else Angus has got going on here. 3, 4, 5, yep, probably 100 years old. Dad volunteered in 1964 with a scuba certification, expert marksmanship, pistol and rifle championships in 4 forums of martial arts. I wonder what those martial arts were. Let me guess. He probably did karate, maybe some judo. Oh, what else? What else would they use back then? Maybe he learned some kung fu and American wrestling. Let me know if I'm close. Pistol marksmanship for him. 17 years old. Nice. Dad was an interesting man. What else do we got going on here? Welcome from Damascus, Syria. How are you, man? RWR, rah rah. 071 0701. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. How is Syria after all the craziness? Is there anything good going on there? All right. Okay. Angus says, yeah, my deluge is 23 ounces. What do I got here? Oh, mine's just 14. I think what you got a metal deluge. Like a steel deluge. This one is super light, like super light. My hammer probably weighs well, it's obviously only 14 ounces for this giant battle axe. But not trying to like smash hammers together or anything and say anything bad about it. Aikido! Oh, I missed that one. I was going to say Aikido. I actually trained in Aikido. I trained in Aikido and Muay Thai kickboxing and Russian Sistema. Those are the 3 martial arts I've learned. You did Tai Chi and Sorin Ryu. So there was Kung Fu. So I was right on 2 and wrong on the others. Tai Chi. I didn't know Tai Chi was like a martial art, but I guess it is mimicking after martial arts for sure. They do use a lot of the martial arts that's just more slowed down, but apparently it can be a deadly martial art if you use it properly. It's also a great way apparently to get in shape. And pear is a shape. I'm a pear shape. What else do we got here? Rah, rah. It's thanks to the current situation we hope to visit you. Oh, really? Syria. Yeah, they've really been decimating that side of the planet for whatever. They just want all the resources. Anywhere there's resources, they want to control it. That's what they're doing. If you want to visit Canada, I don't know. I think we're next. If you ask my opinion. You look at all the countries that are the most wealth rich in resources, they're all at war. Right? Look, Russia. Probably second in the world to landmass, or no, first in the world to landmass, probably second or first in the world for all the resources they have. Canada would be second. But then, okay, so we got Africa, we got Canada, and we got Russia. These are the 2 largest places in the world. And Brazil actually would be another one. Sorry. That's another one. Brazil is made up of several other countries, but it is a large landmass too. Okay. I learned all those as well as Shin-Pen Rin. Never heard of that one. Tai Chi is actually deadly at combat speed. It was made to break through armor. Yeah. So was Aikido. Aikido was pretty amazing. I did like a lot of people talk shit about Aikido. Mind you, I'm not a huge Steven Seagal fan. He is pretty good at what he does. I just don't I don't know. I don't like the guy as a human being. Maybe that's what it is. And I feel like me not liking him as a human being also makes me not like um, the sport in a sense because of him. And I probably shouldn't feel that way, but like I do like Aikido. I just don't. Whenever I see Steven Seagal talking about Aikido, I just want to change the channel. I don't even want to hear it. Okay, what else we got? Made to break through armor, but practicing in front of the warlords as dance. Huh. I actually want to go to Thailand and train there. Also, it is fluidic fluidic in water combat. Maybe he's meant to say fluid. Maybe I just can't read. In water combat. Water combat. Where would you fight water? Maybe in the jungles of Vietnam, I guess. I don't know. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. Huh. Interesting stuff. It's a good conversation. This is actually the longest conversation I've had with anybody in the channel, and I haven't even put the sheet down yet. I probably should, because I got to get that toilet in here pretty soon. All right, let me. What else we got? We enjoyed the most beautiful weather and the lowest cost of living after the fall of the hateful Assad regime. So have things gotten better in Syria? Yeah, because I know that Syria, they even had some interesting stuff happen where I think they had ISIS people going up and blowing up monuments like that had to do with like the Epic of Gilgamesh and stuff like that. Like the stories of the Anunnaki are written in stone and tablets over there. I wonder how much of that is preserved. They've definitely been trying to wipe a lot of the history off the earth and replace it with all kinds of mindless war, like that we shouldn't even be fighting. Assad regime. Didn't Assad run off with a bunch of money from the Syrian people, like in a helicopter and stuff? Man, we can't trust these politicians. They're not in it to help anybody. They're in it to help themselves to our money. Just take it all. Yes, in the jungles of Vietnam. I guess he's talking about the water combat. What a crazy war to be even in. It's crazy that Kennedy had to die because he didn't want to have anything to do with the Vietnam War. And it's just funny that like it wasn't long after he's like, nope, I'm not sending Americans to war for another country. And after that speech that he did, basically exposing the shadow governments, wasn't long after that he was removed from office. Like, Trump, you're fired. What do you got here? Although we went as far as Laos, Cambodia, past the DMZ, a total of 86 missions and 37 encounters with the enemy. Huh. That's insane. But you know what's even crazier? This is just my opinion. And sometimes people get offended, sometimes people don't get offended. Like the other day, we had people on here talking about Jesus this and Jesus that, right? And that's fine. Go ahead, do your thing, right? Like you want to go and speak about God, go ahead, but don't tell me that I have to. Right? They're all telling me they're going to pray for me because I don't believe in Jesus and all that. And I'm like, man, I used to be very religious. I'm not. But what I find crazy to me is that like religion, I find starts a lot of the wars, right? It's just like kind of like having a girlfriend and you go and fighting another dude, getting your head kicked in because you're protecting your girl. I feel like religion's a lot like that. And I know a lot of people would be offended by me saying that, but whatever. Go cry somewhere else. This is my opinion. I spent like years in religion and I watched it all unfold. And the only people that get anything out of it are the ones who own the churches, right? Like they're the ones asking for the 10% of your wage. Like the government looking in your pockets. It's the same thing. And they're going around peddling Jesus and God and whatever. And that's fine. If you want to do that, go ahead. But don't tell me I have to or I'm going to die or go to hell or whatever. Now, I know you're probably wondering, how does this have to relate to Vietnam? Well, this is what I think. If I was president of the world, let's say, or any area, like let's say if I was a prime minister of Canada, I would make it mandatory for people to go to other countries and learn their culture and become one with them so that they could live in harmony. And with the whole Vietnam thing, this is what I think is a little crazy. Now, we'll call another man an enemy. And we'll say, oh, that's my enemy over there. And that's literally the exact same thing you were told before you had to go to war. That's your enemy, you got to go. It's either you or them. And they brainwash us into believing that they're the enemy, the other guy on the other side. Like, if you look at the Gulf War, do you think we're supposed to be there? If you look at, let's say, World War II even, all that was caused. They already knew that the Japanese were coming. They just were like, well, some Americans have to die for us to get into the war. And they wanted to get into the war because it's in their interest to make money off of it. Look at the Russian conflict. Well, you don't think that somebody's making trillions of dollars off of that? Of course they are. People are dying, money's being made. That's just the way it is. Because they look at it like, if a shopkeeper gets his window broken, then we have to go fix it too, right? And that's their mentality on justifying the innocent slaughter of people. And we should be looking at everybody as our brothers and sisters. I know there's some assholes out there that need to get, a few things straightened out with them. But if we went into the mindset of being, you want me to go over there to get my brother? What's the difference between somebody knocking on your house door telling you you have to live a certain way and forcing their way in, hurting your family, and then being called a terrorist for you defending yourself against the people who are already terrorizing you? Like, it's just crazy. All right, let's see what we got. Some comments here. We got some comments from RWRW, rah. We'll call him. The Assad regime has killed 2 million people in Syria. I think that was when they sent the military after the civilians. It displaced 15 million people and destroyed most of the cities and their inhabitants. It's sad to hear that shit, that even exists. What else have we got? No, you're not going to offend me, Dad. You're not going to offend... Oh, sorry, man. I just... For whatever reason, it's the white on the fucking lettering in the comment that bothers my eyes. It's because it's like a bright LED, and LEDs fuck with my eyes. They make them blurry. You're not going to offend me, Dad, that the silver star and 2 bronze stars have dozens of good conduct medals, and he actually threw it in the general's... Fuck, it changed when I was reading here. good conduct medals, and actually threw it in general during the protest after the other OTDs. He threw it at the generals during the protest. Okay, is what he meant. Nothing. They meant nothing to him for the lives that he took. Who was the sole survivor of his unit. He made his way back from a botched mission all the way from Cambodia to his destroyed on foot, to his destroyer on foot, and they expelled him and made it so that he never existed. Huh. Yeah, they did a lot of that shit to a lot of these guys that serve their country, as they say, right? Like, you go and you put in the work, and they're just sending you there to be a meat puppet, really. And here's a bunch of gold stars and silver stars, like how it was when we were in school. If you did good, you get a gold star. If you did bad, you got a bronze star or no star. Or if you did somewhat okay, you got a silver star. And that's not to make fun of that, but it's kind of it's when they're young and you're filled with piss and vinegar, they know that they're fucking around with you, and they don't care. They just want to keep pushing the business, right? Or you're going there to do something good, but like, are you really? You're fighting the wars of old men. Young men fighting the wars of old men. Let's see what he said. I actually know somebody who suffers with Agent Orange too. He died from Agent Orange in 2011, brain cancer, yeah. See, that shit's a fucking crime. That they're allowed to go around, what do you call it? What's that word? They're allowed to go around experimenting on people through these wars. That's why they cause all these wars. Like, where do you think chemotherapy came from? Chemotherapy came from all of the unused mustard gas. That's how they use it to, like, basically treat people. It's basically you're getting mustard gas. And the only reason why people survive that is because they use baking soda to help calm the effects of the mustard gas. Anyways, what do we got? Brain cancer. Then Rara says, my name is Sergeant. Well, hey, Sergeant Rara. That's why I never served. Good on you, Angus. There's no point to fight old men's battles using young men's blood. I decided to take up the trades instead. That's another form of war nowadays. That's not why you didn't serve. Pelican said, that's not why you didn't serve. Correct. What's he going on here? Correct. Depleted uranium is the reason that the troops in Iraq as well as the Gulf War are suffering from cancer as well. Yes, you're right. You know what's funny? They take everything that's toxic, right? Everything that's toxic, and they put it into all kinds of other shit. Like, let's talk about fluoride. Same thing, rat poison. In your water. No, it's good for your teeth. No, it's not. Clean water is good for my teeth. It blows my mind. It really does. And I want to be working more in the direction of trades are war now. Listen to you. Ex-Pelican, trades are war. Think about it. You go to work and you work 10 hours a day. And nowadays, they want to take every penny you got. So the war is against you and me. And whether it's you're doing electrical, whether you're doing anything, it is kind of a bit of a war because you got to fight to get your money. I just worked like back in November, I worked these 3 jobs for this one guy, supposed friend of mine. And I told him how much I wanted an hour. He told the client how much I wanted an hour. The client said, no problem. And I said, you know what? I got a bad feeling about this. I actually want to do a contract. Oh, no, don't worry, bro. Don't worry. You'll get your money. I'm like, no, I want to do a contract. He's like, I'll make sure you get your money. Fast forward into January, I still hadn't gotten paid. They went on vacation. You know, I guess I'm paying for that, right? They go on vacation, and then my buddy calls me. I don't even want to call him my buddy because, yeah, I have a lot of bad thoughts towards him. The bill was I renovated this whole apartment. I made some videos on this too. And I basically did all the drywall, all the metal work, all the scraping of the ceiling, all the demo, a bunch of stuff. Paid for all the materials, hand them a bill for $12,272. He's telling me, yeah, you know, out of that money, they only want to pay you $6,000. I was like, what? No, I'm not accepting that. Okay, we got X Pelican. I'm confused. So you want a free society where everyone gets free money without work? Dude, give your head a shake. At what point did I say that? At what point, me swinging this hammer for the last, I don't know how many years, do I want to get free money? I've worked for every dollar I've ever made. I've never been on the system. I've never asked anybody else for money. I've never been on welfare. I've never asked for food stamps. I've never went to the bank. I just want to get paid for the fucking work that I do. That's all I want to do. I want to get paid for the work that I do. So you want to say stuff like free society bullshit? Like that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that this capitalistic mindset that we have towards everything, where if the next guy goes down, I can pick up the crumbs like a vulture, is the fucking disease of the society. That's the problem. That's the politicians. That's the people that send our young men and women to war. That's the same people who are robbing the money out of your pockets and the food off your plate and the home over your head. Those same people are the ones that want to take anything and everything for nothing. Out they hammer into a wall. Anyways, lots of comments. I got to backtrack here because I went off a little bit. X Pelican got me going a little bit. War now. Okay. We got Angus. No, that's just my upbringing, but a lot of the discipline. Why are you saying that though? Did I miss something here? Oh, he's saying to Pelican something here. Okay, we're talking about depleted uranium. Yeah. Pelican. I grew up around firearms since I was 4. My grandfather was a drill sergeant. Dad was a Vietnam SEAL. I got my weapons training in martial arts, but again, I don't see the purpose. It's good to always know any kind of knowledge you put in your head can become, what's the word I'm looking for? Tools in your arsenal that you can use somewhere down the line. I think training martial arts is amazing. It's great for your body. It's great for your mind. And it helps you with confidence. Okay, X Pelican. The trades are wars now. Okay, we kind of went from there. Angus. No, that's just my upbringing, but a lot of the discipline and a lot of the people in the trades are actually former military, so I got along with them quite well. When I was framing in Chicago, I worked with a couple of Vietnam vets, and man, those guys, just you could just tell when you looked at them. They're like, these guys did some fucked up shit. You could just sense it. It's weird. This one guy he used to say that I'm his terrorist buddy. He's like, man, I hope you come back, my terrorist friend. When I went back to Canada and I was coming back then I got stopped by the fucking border security and they didn't let me get into the States. It was kind of crazy. Changed my life a little bit. Anyways, off topic. Sodium fluoride, as you said, rat poison is correct. Said SA neurotoxin. It is also right next to the oxygen as fluoride, which are both corrosive agents, not good for your teeth. Yep. We got Rara. My name is Jaysha. I don't know. He's just throwing. I thought his name was Sergeant. Okay, I'm confused. You want a free society? You work for a poor employer? Yeah, I work for a friend. And now I want him to visit my deluge. So the trades are not war then. Working for your money is a bare minimum. Okay, fieldy vision. Out they hammer into the wall. Okay, Okay, this is Angus again. I charged the minimum of $45 an hour to be paid every day. Yeah, I know. I actually charged these guys $60 an hour for what I was doing. When you say yes, then that means yes. That's like going to work for somebody in a warehouse and you agree on $30 an hour and your check comes in and you only got like 10. You'd be pissed too. Okay, ex-Pelican. Just stumbled upon this, buddy. Hope I don't get your feathers in a bunch. I was just curious what your opinion was. Well, that was my opinion. I gotta lay this sheet of plywood down. So I know we went off on a whole tangent here, and I'm just reading comments, but at least if I could throw this sheet of plywood down, at least I put this sheet of plywood down today. And I moved those vents, and I put in the insulation in the floor, and I went and got screws. And it's what, 9 o'clock now? 10:19. Jesus. How am I up so late? Alright. Plywood down. Everything's done. Plywood will not be obstructed. Glue's in the vent, ready to be dispensed onto the floor for gluing. Okay, I gotta clean out that pipe. Oh my god. Sitting down I sat down for too long. What do we got? We got some love in the comments here. We got Sandro 101-100. Are you trans love? Where are you from? This trans love. I don't know. I say you do whatever you want to do with your life, but don't tell me that I have to be a certain way because you do something a certain way. That's my opinion on that. Alright, let's clean out the groove on this. Just throw this sheet down. And I guess we're staying here tonight again. I was gonna go home tonight. Because I'm out of my fancy water. Go lay down, Chunks. Okay, I'm gonna get this sheet out. Throw that there. Get that glue. Got my smacking stick. And we got the sledgy hammer all ready to go. So, without further ado, after all that talking, I feel like I've been losing my voice. Let's get some glue down. Oh my god, it's the best it's worked since. Why is it doing that again? Getting too hot? Or not hot enough? I'm just going to leave that in the vent for a few minutes there. We're going to throw the sheet in. What do you got? Rara, where are you from? Devarsha, this. I am Dev from India. Hey, careful, man. Yeah, I know. I already fell once. Not too long ago. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, this thing shouldn't be so bad. Now it's heated up. It's like watching paint dry. Man, I want it to come out like when it first started coming out, not this fucking slow pace that it's doing right now. It's crazy. We come from the land down under. Let's see who wrote comments while we wait for glue to heat up. What do we got here? We got mobile home. Yes, you got that right. You were correct. Harry or Henry. Henry 1963. He's the winner of the mobile home. I'm just gonna throw all this stuff in the garbage right now. Just to get it out of the way. Alright, let's see if this is warm enough now. Alright. Oh my god, this is like the non-magnetic magnetic freaking bit. Just as aggravating. Fuck. I gotta be a certain temperature for me to dispense. Give me a few more minutes. We almost got all the glue down. We almost got all the glue down. Let's see what we else for comments again. Come from the land down under. Yamothea. We come from the land down under, where the dogs bark and there's thunder. I'm basically gonna have to I'm gonna put glue on these last two joists as I'm lowering the sheet. Why are you dogs barking? Hey cat, don't even think about coming here right now. Get out of here. Don't want you stepping in the glue. Alright, slide it this way. Henny cat wanting to get in the way. Don't think I don't know what you're up to. Alright. Now it's time to feed the pipe through. Alright. I gotta get down. That guy. That guy. nice and tight. No. Yeah, move. We're tight-ish there. I could throw a staple to stop it from moving back, but I'm going to smack it in a little bit more. Just because I know the way these things work. This is how you get your super strength corner. Like a low spot here. Another low spot here. Come on. I'm smashing the corner just to get that in. Smashing the tongue. Seeing it can go in more though. Well, I can't go any further. beat the shit out of that tongue and groove just to get that in. Like that. But that's why, see there's a little dip in the floor there? That's why I end up going over it with I just got to grab another strip. I go over it with these barbed nails. Solid there. And we use a flex. I always stitch the joints. There's no way that's going to squeak now. Nice. You kind of feel a little dip here. fill my hammer anyways. This is why I usually always wear a pouch, but this time I didn't because there's no point. There's my deluge. Staples sticking out. Just make sure. I know there's a couple in here. So that's when the compressor started to kick in. I think this joist was crowned upside down. That's why it's warped like that. But once that glue takes, there. Nice. Yeah, we're going to be putting tile in here anyway, so. All right. Toilet flange. We have that right over here, I think. That's all glued in. Now we gotta put this in a certain way. I wonder if I have bigger screws. I think I do actually. These guys were beefier. Beefier screws, and I got my small little guy here. We will let him go, let him. My drill. Where's all the drills over here? Drill is ready to do some drilling. Okay. This is where the fun begins. Oh, let's make sure these screws, I think they're wider. Yeah, they definitely fit nice. Oh, it's Henny Cat. Where's Henny Cat? Henny Cat. Oh, hi, Henny Cat. I should probably grab my flash. Oh, I got this light instead. got one on the stand over there. I'll just use that. Handy cat. I got one on the stand. This one can actually there. And this is where the rubber meets the road. Really slathering this stuff in here. I don't want it to dry out. I want to have a few extra seconds if I have to adjust, because this is going to be the hardest part of all of this, is literally making sure. It's a lot. It's better more than not, especially in this situation, because once this goes in, it ain't coming out. And if I need to turn it, I need to turn it. I need to set up. Made these marks on the ring. And so, this guy has to basically go in a certain way. And one way, last time, was to stamp it in. And then adjust. This is why I needed that extra glue in there, because I knew if it wasn't perfect, it was going to make my life a little bit harder than it needed to. And I think that's where we are. We can't. There's no way I'm turning that anymore. Unless I'm super bionic strong. Yeah. That's where she stays. Right there. Everything up. Man, all these bits, magnetic, they don't work. Why? reason why I'm doing it like this is because it's slightly off. There. It's all nice and sealed as far as it can go. These holes line up where they were supposed to. And I think we could put a toilet in now. Yeah. I wanted this to be turned more. It's like a 1/4 inch from straight. But once she was locked in, that's it. As long as this flange is good, this way, we're good. All right. All right, so we've got floor down finally. The toilet in. You can kind of see the hole is just slightly like this. See those marks? They're just off. Before, when I twisted it in, I should have grabbed it with the pliers right away and moved it. But it's not a big deal. Everything's nice and secure now. There's no way that they're ever gonna have an issue. We got all the plumbing in the right spot. The dog, what, you gotta go outside and pee? All the other dogs want to go outside and pee. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've had enough for tonight. It's time for me to go to bed. Gotta make my bed. You guys have a great night. Thanks for liking. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for subscribing. You guys have a great night. Make sure you stay authentic.